Has this gone again? Sorry folks, I don't know why I get it on my then, and as soon as I go live it turns the camera towards me. Sorry about that, so I'll begin again. Hi, I'm Subu, bringing crafting to you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I can't talk today. We're going to make, I'm calling it a pop-up twist card, and why I'm calling it twist is it will have something that moves in the middle, hopefully. Okay, so I've been inspired by Tammy White. I first saw hers, and she made a smaller one, and just today I saw Ice Gems I'd made a 5x7. Now I was wanting to make the 5x7, but when I looked at what I want to do, it's not going to work. So these are my measurements to it, nobody else's, because I've had to completely do it a different size. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a piece of card that measures 8 1/4 by 5 7/8. Now I didn't have enough DSP to be able to cover it completely with this, so I'm going to put 2 strips either side to make it the right size. So if you're not doing that, you want a piece that measures what did I say it was, 8 1/8 by 5 yeah, and 3/4. Yeah, that will be right, 5 3/4, and then that will make it the same as what mine will be on here, but I've had to do it with 2 strips, so I'm going to have to position it. So I think if I position that there, does that need to push up a bit more? Let's see. Push there, yeah. I'll bring it down about there. Okay, so we'll go for that now. I have had all my things out. Yes, here's my bone folder. So I think I've got everything now. Just going to smooth the rough edge of my DSP. Right, so without further ado, let's get up cracking. So we put these two together, and then I adjust the DSP. I can. I need to slip my finger between. Or shall I just? I'm just going to risk it. I think that will work. Yeah, I think I'm about there, so I'm going to risk it. So I've made it a bit more difficult with actually doing the strips. If I'd have taped them together at the back, that would have made it easier. So I'm going to make equal increments best I can, side to side, top and bottom. Then I'm going to fit this one in. So I don't know whether this was called On the Farm, but this paper went with On the Farm, and I have a feeling that it was free with not last times, but the times before DSP, I think. So I just got, that's very pretty. And I got on the Farm set of stamps and dies. Oops, sneaky little bit there. So yeah, that's nicely worked out. So just get that, there we go. So that's what my back looks like. So that's the back. So now we're going to do the front. So we have got a piece of, so this was Granny Apple Green, this is Balmy Blue, and this is 5 3/4. Now we can speed up now, and 8 1/8. So that would be the size that you would have if you were just making the DSP for the back. So just so put that on with an equal increment. Now there we go. So that's an increment, and then your DSP. So this measures 5 5/8 by 8 inches, and so that's going to fit on the back. Okay, and so I'm going to put that with equal increments all the way around. Okay, there we go. Right, so we can put that to one side because that's complete as far apart from doing a sentiment piece. Right, now we need a piece of DSP that measures 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. So it's a square at 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. Now for this, because what I'm doing, I'm using the rectangles. Now the rectangles, the biggest one that I'm using is, it's about 3.5 by 4 7/8. So you need to position this in the middle, so the best you can. So we're going to bring in the die cutting machine, and let's die cut this to start with. So I'm just going to bring in the die machine and place this on here in a minute. And this is the largest one, so remember I'm using the largest one to start with. Okay, I'm not sure whether you'll see bits of it because of my table space. So I'm going to position, you won't be able to see properly, but I showed you before I put it in that we're going to try and put that as close as we can in the middle. Okay, I'm trying to keep it level. I'll run this through my die cutting machine, so sorry for the wobble. Okay, and that piece that we cut out, that can be saved and used for something at a later date. Okay, and so that is fairly even, so I'm happy with that. Now we then need the smaller layer. So this is the next size of card, which is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Now what we need to do is we need to place this as close as we can so that we've got the equal increments going off, and we are going to put, so I'm just going to see if I can show you on the plate. Now I'll just have to move my die machine again to the floor so I can show you what I'm doing. Right, so let's bring this back in. So we need to put this as best we can, even as we can. So we've got this even as we can. Now I've actually got some just, it's not permanent tape, and I'm just going to do this because it will be easier for me. So I'm just going to stick, did it stick in? Yeah, a bit on. So I've just stuck some, so it's going to be easier for me. It's not permanent tape, so I can get this with an equal increment all the way around. Best I can. Okay. No, that's not gone even. Try sidewards. It's a bit difficult. That's better. That's better. Yeah. So just put those. Right, now I'm not going to cut out with the big one. I'm going to go for my next size down, which in the ones of the rectangles, it is the layering one, next one down. And this is about 3 inches by 4 3/8. So what I want to do is I want to put that so that it is as best I can in the middle like that. Okay, so I'm trying to get that the best I can. Now, because I want it to stay, I don't tend to use washi tape very often these days, but because I'm really want this to stay in place when I remove this one, I'm going to just put a bit of washi tape on both sides. There we go. And then I can lift off my patterned paper, because as I say, it's not permanent, it was just a semi-permanent. I'm going to cut out my rectangle there. Okay, so let's pull this out of the way and take this through. There we go. Okay, now you will be able to use this up. My washi tape has stuck a bit too much there. It's not too bad. So what I would actually do with that piece, if I ran it through an embossing folder, I doubt if you'd see that. So that would be a tip to use if you've got problems. Right, let me just move the die cutting machine again. I'll bring back in the plate, but move the die cutting machine. Right, what I'm now going to do is my last piece. Okay, is my last piece of the layer is 5 7/8 square. So this is 5 7/8 square. So again, what I'm going to do, put that on my plate and put this on, and again I'm going to do that little trick where I just get 2 little bits on to actually help me with the positioning. So I think that's about, let's just scooch that over. Come on, try again. I think that's about right, so just do that. Okay, I'm going to bring that die back in. I'm going to just take off my washi tape for now, and then just slot that in like that, and I'm just going to mark my corners. Okay, so I've just marked my 4 corners. Going to take this out, take this off, bring back in my die and put that so that I can see all of those 4 corners again. So make sure I've got that the best I can. Hold it firmly in place, stick my washi tape to hold that in place. Then I'm going to put my plate on top, and then we're going to run this through. the die cutting machine. So let's bring that back in. In it goes. And oh, there we go. Oopsie daisy, sorry about the wobble. Let's move that now. There we go. And bring the plates. I'll just get rid of the plates, because I think we've finished with those for a moment anyway. Right, okay, so let's see if we can peel this off better so that it doesn't rip. It has ripped it a bit. It's my washi tape. I should have like stuck it on the back of my hand a few times, or used a post-it note. That's what I usually do these days. It's ages since I've had this washi tape out because it is a bit nasty. Right, again, you can use that for something else. Again, I'd stick it through die embossing folder. Right, let's get rid of those and bring back in our layers. So we've got our base layer, and now hopefully this will be the same size. Now that, oh look, I've stuck that bit on the back and it is it that way, or does it want to be? Yeah, I think it's okay like that. Okay, so I'm going to put my adhesive on the back. So let's get this covered. I can't remember what Tammy White called hers. As I say, she'd done a lovely one with the Splendid Day, but as I say, hers would be the 5.5 by 4.5, and I really didn't want to make a small one that size. So as I say, I was going to make a 5 by 7, and I saw Ice Gem had made a 5 by 7, and I thought, oh, I won't have to do my measurements. I can just follow her dimensions. And then when I thought about it and got the die that I want to use for the centre bit, it wouldn't fit. So because I've been inspired by somebody else and I can't remember the name. So I'm going to make equal increments all the way around. I'm pretty pleased with that. That's gone very well. Pleased, very pleased. Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn this over, and I'm going to use my Terran tape now. So I'm going to put a piece of Terran tape across here, roughly in the center. So I'm going to put that one there and that one there. Okay, now I think I'll have to do something else as well on that, but that's what I'll do for now. And I'm going to bring in this part now. I've already cut this out. This is the glitter paper, and I've already cut out the largest Stitch So Sweetly die, and I've got some invisible thread. Now what I normally do with this, and in fact I don't know whether I'm going to do it with washi tape now I've got some out. I'm going to have about 3 lengths of it. Get off me, get off, I don't need you yet. 3 lengths. Now it's going to be a bit difficult, but once I put it down, hopefully you'll be able to see. Now what you need to do is make sure that this is going to be longer than your frame. Now, sorry, it's very difficult to see because it's invisible, and it really is invisible, isn't it? But let me see. So there's some up there. I mean, I'm going to do plenty. I'm not going to, oh, now it's on the floor, skimp with it. I'm going to, if I do about there, and I'm going to do 3 lengths, and I'm having trouble seeing where it finishes now. Oops, there, I've let go of it. Where does it go? About there. Let's see if that, where's that other piece gone? Right, I can't see myself, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the first piece down, and I'm going to where's the end of it now, put some washi tape on it. So I'm going to go beyond there, and that's it. I've got it now. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to put washi tape again at the bottom. I'm leaving myself plenty, so I'm going to put it up, and then when I get up again, I'm going to tuck it under my washi tape. This is an easier way, isn't it? Why didn't I think of this before? And then lift up my washi tape again and stick it underneath, and then just go back for this last time, sticking it under my washi tape. Okay, there. So I'm just going to move my frame out of the way. Now, apologies, it's there, but it's invisible. You can't see it. Right, so what I'm going to do is roughly, in fact, if I hold the frame over there, that's good. So I'm just going to, don't need to do that, do I? I'm just going to put the frame on top of it, put it so that it is in the middle as much as possible, and see if that, yeah, I'm going to tuck it underneath and put it hopefully in the middle. So I want all 3 strands. I've got all 3 strands. Come on, all 3 strands. One's left behind. So I like to use invisible so it looks as though it's suspending. So I'm just going to put them 3 strands and try and get them straight. Now my frame's not straight anymore, so don't look at me frame. I'm concentrating on my actual this bit here, and I'm just gonna pull that back so I've got that. Make sure that they are straight, else it won't work properly. And that one's escaped, so pull that back in. So I've got those 3 straight, and I've got plenty, hopefully, yeah, I've got plenty of thread. Right, so that was the first one, and I want to actually make this pretty on the back, so I've cut another one out, and I'm just going to glue this now on top of that. I'm going to put plenty of glue in the middle, and just again try and make sure that those 3 are together and in the middle. Okay, so together and in the middle, and that wants to go in the middle. So that's in the middle. I'm going to reattach this. I want to reattach my washi tape. Okay, and hopefully that's in the middle, and just make sure that you have got that. Now we want it this way, okay, because that is the back. So just going to get a new piece of washi tape so I can just pull these again, making sure they're okay. Right, so I've got that, tighten that up. Right, now I've had to do this off a camera because messing about with these, I did make a mess, and I've cleaned it up, and if you can see the back of my frame, I've spoilt it. So I'm glad I did this off camera. So that's going to be the back side. So I've actually trapped the, as you can see, the I want to call it cellophane, and it's not cellophane, but you know what I mean. And I've got that ready, trapped in between those. So what I did is I first of all cut that out, and then went back in with the smaller die and just cut that out. And I did that twice. So I've got two of these that I'll use for something else. Now, what I'm going to do is put the bad side up, and then this tape that we've got, don't know what it's called. What is it called? Foam adhesive strips, that's it. So I'm going to get a foam adhesive strip. I'm going to go straight across. So I'm trying to get as close to the edge without it showing. So this is just the perfect size strip. And I'm going to come in, hopefully, a little bit, snip that. So that's going to go across there. Then I'm going to go down. So I'm going to butt this up. And again, make sure I'm between those two. So I'll hold it up and show you when I've done all of it. Snip that. And then this will be a bit more tricky. So I'm going to be sticking it down and bending it. So it will bend. And then I'll actually that yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll cut that there, and then I'll stick this. Oh, what's happened there? That's the bit that went wrong. So I'm going to cut this, gonna have that going there. Oops, get off me. And cut that, and then come down this one. See, this shape really does make the perfect one, because it's got the nice flat surfaces every now and again. So those flat ones, and I'll go up. This strip lasts, I bought two of these because I thought, oh, I don't know how long it'll last me. And I've not even opened the other one, and there's still loads to go at this one. So it does really last a long time. So then I'm going to go in again, and I'm going to be curving as I go along so that it's got a curve bit. And then take that, snip that bit, and then I've just got to go curve. Well, actually, I've got to go up and down, and hopefully that's there, fit that in. So let's just pop that back on there a minute. Come on, where are you? That's it. Right, so I've gone as much as I can central, okay, so that hopefully then when it's on that side, that is only showing because it's got the tape. Right, now the thing is, now we've got that there, and I've got to put things in it. Now I didn't know, because until I got these up and running, I didn't know whether I put these buttons in clearance, and I don't know whether if I put that on, oh, they might do. I'm going to risk it that they do. So I'm going to put the flat of the buttons in there. I thought I'd stick some butterflies in there, so a couple of butterflies. I want to stick 3 butterflies when I get to. I want to stick a U in there, and gonna stick another butterfly, so I'm hoping this will work and this won't be too much. And I've got some little flowers, and then I cut, these are from the Happy Hippo, and they are like little leaves, but I've cut them in the glitter paper, and I've backed them, I've cut two and stuck them together in case they turn over. Okay, so I'm going to put those in there, and then I have got some rabbits, some little rabbits. Now, don't know whether that's going to be too much. I don't know. So maybe I'll have to take out a butterfly. So I think I'm going to take out a butterfly. My flowers are all right, I think. I think I might put the rabbits in, because they're just fun. They're just fun for a little boy who's going to be one. So don't know whether that will work. I put too much in, and I thought I'd stick a few stars in. Oops. Right, there's going to be stars everywhere now. So I've got these stars. So let's see if I can get them in the middle. And let's hope that that is not too much and it works. I don't know. I think I might take the buttons out, because I think I'm going to have overdone it. So I'll just take the buttons out, I think. Not have them. Okay, so push that all in. Okay, and get those out of the way. There's another little start. So I'm now going to peel off the back of all these. There we go. So I've got those all off the back now. Come on, where's this? Oh, that is the sponge. Right, okay. So I'm going to go for the same colours, and then I'm just going to have to go on the top and see that I've got this absolutely married up, and then press it down. Okay, now I'm going to release, so I'll just actually go round these, and I'm going to take off my washi tape from one side, but I'm just going to put it back to hold the three together, lift up, and just put my washi tape back. I'm just going to look now at the sides, and if I feel that they are poking out a bit, I'm just going to take my pokey tool and just go in a bit to make sure that they're not too poking out. So move it in a bit. Okay, that's it. I'm happy with that, and that's going to be the shaker. Okay, so oh dear, got all them together now, so I think I'll have to, that's it, I've freed them up, so you've got the U in there. Okay, so that's going to be the shaker. Right, now while we've still got this here, I'm going to make sure I've got my U, although my U is going upside down all over the place. So, but that's in at the moment. I'm going to put this in the middle. I'm going to do the bottom one first. So I'm going to take off the bottom of my tape. I'm going to In fact, I'm going to put my washi tape back and stretch it again to help me, and I'm going to try and get my frame in the middle and pull my 3 strands together and do that. And then I'm going to go over the top exactly where I've put the tape. I'm going to go back over the top and put more tape. This time I am not going to peel off the back. I'm going to leave the back in position, but I'm giving it a really good rub to do that. Right, so again, I'm going to take off the top. I'm going to then make sure I've got the 3 strands together and as central as I can, and central as I can, and gonna then click that down and then go over the top with more of my tape and then just really rub that down. So hopefully you've got a spinner. That's what they called this spinner. I couldn't honestly remember, because it's a shaker spinner, and I couldn't honestly remember the name. Now we can snip this off. Can snip these off there and snip them off there so they don't poke over the top. Okay, there. And actually, because this washi tape is a bit of a beggar and it's a bit solid, I can actually put that on there and put that on there, so that it gives it that even that added, because really you're not going to look at that or see that really. So don't you mess about and go on wrong side. That's always typical, isn't it? It goes wrong side, so I'm hoping it won't. Right, now we need pillars. Okay, so let me get rid of these out of the way, and I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Now you need, and what I actually did, so I'll give you a tip here. It's easier when you need to cut absolute smidgen off to leave it on in the first place, and the sheet as a whole 12-inch sheet, because I was cutting on a 12, but I would recommend that you have a piece of DSP that measures 6 inches. Okay, so if you've got a piece that measures 6 inches, just because this is going to make it easier for you to cut, so have it 6 inches by 5 7/8, and you are going to score it on the 6-inch side. So leave your 5 7/8, we're not going to touch that, but on your 6-inch side you're going to put it in and score it at 1 inch, then move it across to 2 1/4 and score it, then move it to 3 1/4 and score it, and then move it to 4 1/2 and score it, and then move it to 5 1/2, move it to 5 1/2, but pull it back just that tiny bit and cut it. Okay, so you'd be cutting that at there. Right, and that just makes it so much easier than doing a 5 7/8 by 5 1/2 and then trying to cut that smidgen off. So then we're going to fold and burnish all those score lines. And I'm getting washi tapes being a beggar. Okay, and there, score line. Now, one of these edge pieces will be that one that you've got a smidgen off. So I'm just going to see which one is the inch and which one's the less. So I think actually that is the inch one. So what we're going to do is fold 2 in. no, that way, the other way. So the smallest one, that one where we've cut the smidgen off, we're going to fold that in. So on the second score line, then you're just going to fold that one over. So we're just going to put, and you need 2 of these. So we're just going to put our glue all on here. And I've done one already to save time. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to bend that over. Do that. And what I like to do is I just like to go round it all, doing that. So it's really adhering well. Okay, now what you'll notice is one side is 1 1/4 and one side is 1 inch. So now I'm going to bring back in my frame. Look at this blooming thing, it's weighting wrong way. So hopefully it won't do that. Right, so what we want is the 1 inch. So I'm going to see where the actual the bit that I've wrapped over my end bit there. Can you see where I folded it over? And I'm going to place the end that's not wrapped over. I'm going to put glue on this. So this is the inch side, and I'm going to put glue on the inch side. So you can see that. Oh, just bear with me 1 minute. My battery is going to go, and I forgot. There, that should save it. There we go. Right, so got me inch side, and what I'm going to do with that inch side, I'm going to turn it on its side, and I'm going to marry this up with the edge of my frame. Okay, so I'm going to squash it over so I can see, and pull that up to marry that bottom edge. So it should be level, top and bottom. And I'm just going to really give that a nice good press there. Okay, and then I can pop it up again. I'm going to do exactly the same. So I've got my bit of cut there. Now the DSP is right way there, but if I do it that way, yeah, I can do it that way. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Oh no, it's that way. Let's see. Yeah, I can do it that way. So I'm just being a bit fussy that I don't want my cut edge to show. I want it but it's over this side, so it's not going to show really anyway, but I'm being a bit fussy about it. So it's your inch side that you are going to glue, and again I'll turn it on its side, and I'm going to put this right butt up again. So I'll squash that in, so squashing it inside. Now I'm going to put that up, make sure it's level top and bottom, and that's done there. Okay, now this is the moment of truth, whether that's going to spin freely, and I think it is. Yes. Okay, set. Right, and it seems to have wanted to go on the wrong side all the time. Yeah, I hope it will behave. Okay, right, now we're going to bring in our back piece. Okay, and I'm going to squash this in. So I'm just squashing one of them in, and I'm going to place, let's pull this out a bit, I'm going to place this and squash that out. So I've squashed one in and one out. So let's see if I've done that right. No, is it that way? Just let me get my bearings with it. So I want it to fold one way. Oh yeah, and that pops it up, and that has to go that way. Right, that just let me get my bearings. So that goes there, that goes there. I'm just going to hold it to make sure. Is that right? Have I got it right? No, that's not right. So is it that way? Yeah, it's that way, isn't it? That way, and then that will pop up like that. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna, I was right, you're gonna squash it in, but look at where your 1 inch one is, and I'm just going to put glue now on my 1 inch. So that's glued on my 1 inch, and then I'm going to put this up. Let's see. Got to make sure it's going to be in the right place. I want it to be level. Oh yeah, right, no. Can't. It's not quite working out to what I want. Okay, so it does want to be put against that edge, I think. And then if that's there, and then that goes up there, is that going to be equal? Let's see if that's going to be equal. Still feel it's a little bit out. Pull it a little bit. And I've just got some glue on here, so I just need to rub this a minute. Get rid of the glue because I don't want the glue on there. I think I've got that. So that's going to go there. It's because it's not equal, and then that's going to go that way. So I see it needed to be a fraction. If I put that there, I'm just working it out. I think I've just got that a fraction out. It's just a quarter of an eighth of an inch out. Look, I could do with that being a 16th of an eighth the other way. Am I going to get away with that? So I'm going to redo that. In fact, I'll do the other one first. So mine, because of how I've done it, I need it. So I'm going to go this way this time. So let's do that. So I'm pushing it in, and let's get that. And I'm going to do it because it just was about 16th of an inch out. Flatten that a minute. I'm just going to go this way. And hopefully, yeah, that's hopefully. And I'm just going to go a smidgen over like that. So I'm looking about a 16th of an inch. Okay, so that's a 16th of an inch that way. Only it didn't stick down. Get off. Go mess up now. Okay, let's just re-wet that. So it's got to be a 16th of an inch. So I'm doing it in there. And it's got to be a 16th of an inch just over. So I'm wanting that way. And it's got to be 16th of an inch. So I've got that right, I had, but I didn't press down because my thing was in the way. So that should be it, 16th of an inch. So sorry about that, but I make so you don't. Let's turn that over. Let's get that going, hopefully. that should then be right top and bottom. And now I've done that, so I'm going to just lift this up, and this is the 1 inch, so remember it's your 1 inch you're sticking glue on. I'm going to stick that there, 1 inch, and that's on that way, so I'm going to do that there, stick it down, a moment of truth. So there we go, it goes that way and that way, and let's hope it's that 16th of an inch. When I do it that way, it just marries up. So, but it will be, can you tell? Because it's just that little bit, so it's not gonna, you're not gonna tell. Okay, so that's the shaker, and then your spinner, of course, so you can wind your spinner up, and then your spinner's going to go. Right, so I'm going to ignore that now. Now, I thought I'd put some balloons on, so I've already gone and cut the balloons out in my, from that Happy Hippo, and I'm just going to put some glue on here and stick a balloon on there. In fact, do it the other way then. You're going to mess me about. I'm going to stick it that way and stick my balloon on. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to leave that for a second or two and do the same with the others. So I'll stick it on the back. Glue strings. There we go. And just put some glue on there. Then I'm going to stick that on there. Put that over there. And then the third one, tip it over. Gonna stick a bit of glue on there and just have a look. That's the lighter bit at the bottom, lighter bit at the top. It won't matter because it can be different ones on different ones. So there we've got my 3 balloons and a pun. You are special, because inside there's the you. And so I think I might just stick that going on there. Now, yeah, that's going to be fine. So I'm going to stick that on with a dimensional. So what have I done with those? They're around here somewhere. There we go. And I stick, I think, a couple on there. Just take that off, and then let's put that at a jaunty angle on there, going, in fact I can even stick it off a bit. There we go. So you are special. Okay, and then I decided I'd put the balloons, so I will put dimensional, and that catches the balloon as well, string, so it catches that on there a bit. That's it. And the third one, so put the balloon on there, and I'm gonna see, get off me. I'm gonna see how I want to arrange them once I've got all the backs off. There, so got 2 blue, and that's a greeny one, so I think I'll start with a greeny one going there, and that can pop there, and that can pop just up there. And then I thought I'd tie these, so I'd have a bit of twine to put a little bit of string on them, and put a little bit of a bow. So let's cut that off, because I think that will be long enough. Put that on there. Come on. Bit fiddly because it's on a thing. Just get it tighter. Come on. There we go. Take off the string a little bit. Take that bow down a bit. There, but that's fine. There we go. And to hold that in place, I'm going to stick a small glue dot. So I like, as I say, to use my kit ones because they've got small little glue dot, and I'm just going to stick that on the bottom and then stick that in place. There we go. Might not, I'm going to cut a bit off, I think, just a bit. Okay, there and there. Right, so let's put that off. Now I have got so that hopefully when it's in place it's gonna hang that way. To do it, you better do anyway. Okay, and so I I've brought the grandson out now. I think, as I said, you can use this in an embossing folder. So I'm going to do So Smart, So Funny from the Gang Kid, and I'm going to put this in Granny Apple Green. Let's keep the same themes. So I'll do this in my Granny Apple Green. I'll put it a bit higher up so that I can write on there. Okay, now does it? Actually, it doesn't really show, so that will do nicely. So I'm going to glue that onto the back. So that's on that. So I've used up that bit for the back. And that is same size, isn't it? So I'll not do that. I'll put that in the middle there. And then I will write to my grandson there. And then I like to do, which one is it called? To an Amazing Grandson. So I've got Amazing Grandson. And I just need some white, my white card. Here we go. So let's just move that out of the way. And we'll bring that in to do that. And again, I'll use Granny Apple Green. Now I was worried that that was going to be far too tight. I was really worried about that, and it's turned out it's not at all, is it? So it's swinging very free. So whether I could have done 1/8 of an inch rather than 1/4. Right, you are special and Amazing Grandson, and I'm going to cut this with my trimmer, I think. I never trust myself to get it absolutely straight, so let's go putting that in there, put that there, and let's go there and put that, and then put this, and let's do I'll go with that, and then thereabouts about there, I think. So we'll have that there. Put my trimmer out the way, and we can have this one. We'll put yeah, I think I'll put this down here, so I'll have an amazing, and we'll put that up on a dimensional or two. So seeing as though the sheep's head's missing down there, okay, and we'll have it, so I've got some legs coming out underneath it. There we go. So now you can see it better. So it's a shaker card and a spinner. So let's wind it up and see if it will spin for me. Yeah, there we go. So it's spinning nicely, nice and free. So actually I think I did want it that way, but I thought that's nice. So it's a spinner and shaker in there, and then you've got all your fun animals. So that's my grandson, and then that will fit flat in the envelope that I will make, because it will not have a standard envelope, it will need a bigger envelope. But I hope you like that. It's a bit different, so, but I think for a 1-year-old he'll love that, I'm sure he will. So thank you very much for dropping by. Do stay safe, do stay well, and take care. Bye for now.